back live with you. Hey, Studio 10-4 Live weekly update. John here in the studio from the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Man, it is rocking gorgeous up here. It is the longest day of the year too, man. First day of summer. The what do they call that? The summer solstice, equinox. One of those. Correct me if I'm wrong. Both of those, but. Longest day of the year right now. So I guess we get shorter and shorter after this. But I don't know up here, as it is right now, it's light out here until 9:30, almost 10 o'clock at night. But it'll get more so, even though the days are supposed to be getting shorter. It just it works out that way, and we even sometimes catch glimpses of the northern lights up here. When I lived up here before, that was really something unique, and the nighttime at 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, whatever, you would see the northern lights here. And quite a sight. Beautiful, beautiful area to live in. So welcome to the show, everybody. Got Team 10-4 member, Mr. Eric Hill, waiting in the green room for us. We're going to start talking about AMCAN, sharing some photos from the show that Eric took. We also got some other special things that we'll share and talk about. Want to thank J&L right there, J&L Contracting, for the hat. Loved you guys. Appreciate that. And in honor of that, I'm going to start doing something that just kind of came to me today. How about the reel of the week? I want you guys to check this out, and this is from J&L. A little walk around of one of their creations. Stan the Man 2.0 as it is, and that's hashtag Team J&L. Doing a little walk around on Peterbilt build that they did. So always doing something different, new, unique, cool. J&L Contracting, best looking contractors out there around. I'll tell you that. And we're going to be seeing them real close, real soon in Joplin when we go out for GBATs, and that'll be coming up in September. That's the Guilty by Association Truck Show. For those of you that don't know what that is, that's going on in Joplin, Missouri. That's put on by Four State Trucks and, of course, Chrome Shop Mafia guys over there, and boss man Brian Martin and his team. Always doing something cool, something exciting, something new and great. So thanks, guys, J&L, for that. Appreciate you doing it, and always great to see what's going on over there in their world. Got some other cool stuff happening. Hey, we tried something new today. And that is how you all get invited to the show. I don't know how that's going to work out. Things are constantly morphing on Facebook. In this case, speaking directly about how the show gets announced and what goes on and what it looks like. Yeah, right on. Yeah, you can say that in public there, Big E. That's all right. I do like that. That's a sweet hat. So, of course, got the Rogue shirt going on. And the folks at Rogue Truck Body, thank them always because they're who keep my day job going. But certainly appreciate them and everybody over there and all you guys tuning in. Pete Anderson already in the house, first one usually, and again, Dale Bocaloni, good to see you, buddy. Good afternoon to you too as well. Before I forget, I want to make sure that I have something here that just came to me today. In fact, I do not have it. Rick, what's going on, man? Good to have you on the show. Bob Evans, yo, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you on there as well. Let's just check it out. A little mention from somebody, and I want to get this sent over here so we can look at it. And you guys give me a second to save it and forward it and all that good stuff. And we'll do that. But anyways, we ran into this gentleman at the ATHS, and I'll share this photo with you guys right here. Some of you might know Renee LaChance. Everybody knows him more or less as Frenchie, and as y'all know, Renee, great guy, local legend up in the Reading Red Bluff area. Caught Dan and I and gave us each one of his shirts there. So got us a real cool shirt. I love the design front and back. but there's a fundraiser that's going to be going on for Frenchie, and I want to make sure that y'all have an opportunity. And I'm going to get this over there to you here in just a second. There we go. As soon as that uploads, then I'll share it with you. You've got a he's got a fundraiser coming up. He's not putting on. Some other guys are putting on for him, and it is $20 a ticket, 6 for 100. Grand prize is a red Yeti Tundra 48 ice chest in rescue red, and it is also with a Frenchie sticker and 2 Frenchie shirts. All proceeds go to benefit Renee Frenchie LaChance. Frenchie, like one of us and like many of us owner ops out there, hey, man, we take care of ourselves and we take care of our own. And in doing so, we need help sometimes from those of us around us, and he definitely could use a hand. So this would be one for you guys to chip in, whether you want the cooler or not. Why not buy 6 tickets and give it a shot and see if you can end up walking away with a Yeti. And if you can, well then, bam, there you go. I'm going to give you the flyer here, and I tell you what we'll do too is I'll get this flyer posted over onto our Facebook and social media, and that way you guys can get a good look at it. But there is the flyer right there. Win the grand prize. All proceeds go to benefit Frenchie Renee Frenchie LaChance. Phone number, text Brook Hill for tickets. That's 530-200-4142. Again, 530-200-4142. Hey, it doesn't matter where you're at either, man. Anybody out there want to help a fellow trucker out that needs help taking care of himself and getting through the day and the week? Let's do this and get you a chance at winning the ice chest. I'll tell you right now, here's my 100. Okay, so Brooke, if you're watching, you're out there, buddy. We'll get this to you. I want my shot at the Yeti, and we'll get that done, okay? All right, y'all. You guys do the same. Help a brother out. All right, listen, let's get Eric in the studio and start talking about some AMCAN. What's going on, E-Hill?
What's going on, JT? How you doing this evening, man?
Another day, man. Another day, another dollar. It's out doing what we can to help each other out and have some fun along the way, man. I see Aunt Barb here chimed in. Aunt Barb, man, I don't know how, but we're gonna have to get like an Aunt Barb care package sent into the studio that we can sample and share with the audience. I mean, I think everybody would dig that. She's always putting on such good food. I like to eat some of that sometime. We'll have to see what we can do about that. So you went and checked out the AMCAN show. Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, pardon the background. I'm remodeling my home, and it's quite a mess. So the office is kind of disarray. But I'm here. It was a great show, John. The weather was great. The show was actually at the Racine County Fairgrounds in Union Grove, Wisconsin. And for those of us that are familiar with the Midwest, it's near Kenosha and Racine, which is about an hour north of Chicago. It's a beautiful facility for having a truck show. The fairgrounds are large, great parking. Right next to the fairgrounds is a track where they when they have AMCAN, on a Friday night, they have a truck and tractor pull. It's called the Southeast Wisconsin Tractor and Truck Pull. And that brings in a lot of people on Friday night, which adds to the numbers of the attendees. There were about 85 trucks at the show. It was up from the previous AMCAN. I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago. When I think it was 2 years ago when they had the last AMCAN. Nick Kimball and Julia Moore were the primary people that organized the show. They did a fantastic job. They are now part of, AMCAN is now part of JX Enterprises, which is a big dealer group here in the Midwest. I think they have about 26 dealerships. So
Wow.
They had people from JX there that were helping out with the show. You can tell that the influence of having JX there has added to the quality of the show.
I see this one here. I think you took the picture on this one because the guy's last name was Hill, right?
Well, that was part of it. But that's one of my color combinations that I really like, John. I love that yellow gray, and I just liked the truck. I mean, it was the interior. I've got some interior shots. Was very nicely done. Uh, Guy that he's a single owner operator. Just a really nice, clean truck. I love the color combination, and that's why I took that shot.
Now that's a 389, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I was looking at it, and what's cool about it is he went total retro 379 with the stock breathers on there, and then he put the double J blinker up front and the step in the rear, so it's kind of old school, and it's got the old 379 hood on it. So it's
Yes,
all
and
it's
that's
it,
what
it always
that was
looks
the
great.
other aspect of it that I really liked about it was, he kind of mixed it up with old school and
Uh-huh.
newer model, the newer model 389. But the thing that attracted me the other thing I like about it is, and I may catch some flack for this, but I love those trucks that have kept the heat shield on their stacks, and that one had that, and it was just an old school look to me,
Yeah.
and the color combination.
You know what? I'm not a fan of those because I know how much of a pain it is to clean
Oh
those things.
yeah,
But I like the old heat shields, the stainless ones, or I don't know if they were stainless or clad stainless aluminum, but I had them on my truck, and I liked them because they wrapped around the exhaust. You could clean them; they looked good, and with my Rogue boxes on that truck, it just was a nice touch. It kind of blended it into the from the cab back to the dump body on it, so a little different look. But I love these guys that do this, and I still laugh when I say, we're going retro and it's a 379, and now we really are because we're in 589 land, right?
yep. It's it was a nice truck. I probably walked by it 5 or 6 times. I actually got to talk to the owner. Really nice guy, very quiet, humble guy. Like I said, the exterior is nice, but he did a really, really good job on the interior of it. It was button tuck. Now this one, um, I've seen this truck around a few times, but again, I love the color combination. I like the stripes. It was a real clean truck. I like the stacks on it. It just kind of stood out to me, particularly with the kind of a lime green striping on it.
Yep.
Um, kind of my theme for the weekend were great trucks.
Yeah,
So
no kidding.
that
And
now
line.
this one's Aaron Kimball's truck. He's
Yep.
part of the Kimball family. That's a beautiful KW. I like this mint green. He did a really nice job on this truck. I love the matching trailer with the frames and the reefer cover and all that. Love the headlights. I'm typically more of a classic guy when it comes to headlights, but I love these smoke covered LED lights. They were pretty sharp. It really accentuated the front end of the truck. And then you've got a kind of a darker green stripe, kind of to break up the truck a little bit, going around the hood and the doors.
Makes me want to cut a slice out of it. It kind of reminds me of a key lime pie, but
Absolutely. But that was a very nice truck. I thought that was a good shot. It was early in the day, the flag in the background, and in fact, one of the things I was going to comment on, where I had the 10-4 booth, I was real close to the road where the trucks were coming in after they had been registered and were being parked, and it was an ideal location for me to take photos, and felt like I got some of the best photos I've had at a truck show simply because of the location.
you know what
So
they say: location,
I was
location, location. Here, you know what? Here's an example. I looked at this when you sent these over, and I just thought, you know what? That's a white truck, man, but damn, it looks good. It really
I
looks
like it. First of all, it's got a studio sleeper. I like the bigger
good.
studios. It's got a low profile on the front end. I really like that kind of a slammed look. I'm kind of like you. White usually doesn't do it for me, but this one did. I think the color of the frame really accented the color well. I like the pipes, a little narrower pipes, and I like
Yeah.
that look. Just it was kind of a semi-slammed look, and that was the big thing I liked about that truck.
You know what? The small diameter pipes are in right now, man. That's what guys are going for. That's their thing.
Exactly. And
Hey,
there's a
there.
10-4 booth. That's where I was working, and where the booth at, it was just right across the road. It was kind of sloped up, and all the photos I took, or I shouldn't say all, probably 80, 85% of the photos I took, the 10-4 booth was in the background. So I thought that was a nice little background or backdrop to the photos that I took. But as you can see, the weather was beautiful on
Yeah, it looks nice.
Thursday and Friday. Saturday morning, it started to cloud up Saturday afternoon. But it was just a perfect day, Wisconsin day. It was cool or warm during the day and cool at night. And it's a show that I always enjoy going to.
I think we're all kind of fortunate right now. I mean, I've heard some. There's some heat out in the south. I just talked to family that are in Alabama, and they're telling me that it's really humid there. But by far, it's a mild time here. I just want to say hi to Gene, who's dropped in, and Gene is, of course, one of the co-founding folks here at 10-4 Magazine, and John Oots. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good day to you, man, all the way from down under in Australia. I love the international audience. Thanks for tuning in and sharing. I've got a relative, I think, long lost relative that's he's a produce guy, Sam Testa, and he is a produce hauler there in Australia. Be a small miracle if you knew him, John, but yeah, we found each other in social media, and you never know who you're going to run into, man. Never know. Thanks for tuning in. So now we got ourselves an orange truck here. This is a quite a contrast from everything we've seen so far, man. This is kind of that old Harley colors combination right there.
Well, I'm partial to that color. There was another orange and black Pete at the show that weekend that I took photos of, and the reason why it's kind of sophomoric reason, but those are my high school colors, the old MDR Mohawks. So we were orange and black. So I'm always
Oregon
partial
Beavers
to,
too up here. So we
yeah,
got
exactly. Oregon State, exactly.
yeah,
So that one stood out pretty well.
yeah, and hard to miss.
Yeah.
Little dump
Um,
truck.
yeah, there was some really nice dump trucks. I liked this one. Um, of course, got your heavy haul front axle. It's got single headlights. I like the striping, that black with the silver outline and against that purple background. I just really like that truck. I mean, it's got the look of, hey, I'm a heavy duty dump truck. And, it had the color to go with it. So that was one of my favorite dump trucks. There was another one there. There were actually four that I liked. Of course, Chad and Lisa Berry had their black Peterbilt there that we've talked about in the past. That was at Matt's. There was a really nice Western Star, a red Western Star, and believe it or not, John, there was a Sterling there. And people make fun of Sterlings, but this one was really nice. The guy had it striped and decked out, so there was pretty good representation of dump trucks at the show.
Hey, you know what? What do I say? What I say? Why the heck not? If it turns you on and you can do something with it, why not? Do something with it and make it happen. I love it. Double J blinker bars up in the front there and making a comeback. It looks like the folks at Double J are finally getting stuff out into production again too. So you guys should be able to pick up whatever you've been wanting to get and couldn't because things were a little bit slow in getting out on the shelves. But I know they're out there and getting it done now. So guys, look for their stuff to be back in your favorite chrome shop, wherever that might be. I like the color, I like the truck. I love those big 20,000-pound front ends on these dumpers. I mean, it's a specialized animal. They're not the funnest to drive like that, but you can haul a bunch in there, and that's what it looks like. That one was definitely built for. It's got the two pushers on there. Those are probably 20,000-pound steers.
Um,
Good. Well, got another one, huh?
that's the Western Star that I was talking about. I really liked that truck. I mean, it was, it's kind of simplistic but somewhat elegant. Another heavy hauler dump truck. Just everything about that truck I just really liked. And I didn't get an opportunity to talk to the owner. Went by the truck a couple of times to talk to the owner, but was never able to hook up with him. But another good looking dump truck. Really, really like.
And if being as I am in the industry, I look at these beater boards. We call them bang boards. Guys call them different things, but I don't know, man. I was never a fan because it just gave that loader operator more of a target to hit something, and I'd rather not have them on there and just have the guy be able to get over the body, dump in there what he's got to dump in there. But you know what? Everybody's got a different reason why they do what they do, and I remember when my first dump truck, I had those on there. I was replacing those stinking things religiously. I just kept wood in stock at the shop so I could get a fresh one if I needed it at the end of the day to replace it and get her back into service for the next day. So I think we got one or two more in here. There we go. A little cab over, love. Good deal.
Oh yeah, that's a guitar man. He's been to a lot of shows. This guy is a character, I'm telling you.
No characters in trucking. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, he is. And every time I see the guy, he's always got 3 or 4 women around him, and I'm thinking, this guy's got either he's very charismatic or got a lot of money or something's going on because he's always got women hanging around him. So, but he's a fun guy. I really like him, and everything he's done on that K100, even the trailer, he's did some things on the back doors of the trailer. He custom built that, and just a really nice truck.
Take a minute. Randy's dropping in here on the show, and it looks like our buddy John from in Australia, he's checking out. But appreciate the input, John. Thanks for dropping by and sharing. Love getting the perspectives from everybody, especially in the outback there in Australia, man. That's a different world of trucking there, brother. So stay safe and come by anytime. We're here every Wednesday at 5:00.
John, Randy, you mentioned Randy Menkel's on the show. He's another one of my heroes. Every time I see him at AMCAN or places like that, he's always got his harem walking around with him. So
Randy, is that true? What's going on there?
He's the top of the list of my heroes. So I know it's his magnetic personality. That's what it's
got to be, and the J&L swag. Got to be. I saw this one.
This truck came in on the last. This truck came in on the last day, Saturday morning. I met the guy.
Eric vapor locked. Must be that humidity out there on the internet on his end. So hopefully we'll get Eric back in here. You guys just hang with us, and we'll have him. Oh, he's back. There you go. You back, Eric?
There I am.
There you go. Okay.
The guy came in. He had a seat all the way down. He didn't look that tall, and he come crawling out of the cab. This dude was about 6'9", and I'm a pretty tall guy, but he kind of towered over me. But anyway, he's a mechanic and a builder, and he's done a really nice job on this truck. Again, I love I'm not crazy about a lot of stripes. I love the simplicity of the paint job and the striping on this. I think it's a nice color contrast. You got the double J brackets and old school headlights.
Yep.
Just straight pipes on it. Just a really nice truck. But I'm partial to red too, and that's another thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you had the rubber intake boots on there and breathers, I'd say it was a 359. It could certainly almost pass for one. It's got that old 359 color scheme going on and looking good. He's debadged it and took the hood pull off it. Nice job. I like it.
Yep. Very simplistic but elegant look. Yep.
Did a good job. Okay, we got looks like one more in here. All right.
These are our good friends from Chicago. Oh man, their name just slipped my mind. Tariq Alamines. Alamines out of Chicago. Tariq came in with this truck, and this is a fairly new truck for him. Again, I like the gray and the green combination. I like that cab and sleeper combination where it's integrated into the cab. Just everything about this, it was nice and clean. like everything about this truck. He was the last truck to come into the show on Saturday, and got to spend a few minutes with Tariq and talk to him and his dad. They're staying busy, and another fine ride from the Alamines from Chicago.
I never trucked over the road. I mean, I did and I didn't. When I say that, we ran some routes that were definitely not day cab routes, but we did what we had to do. And the guys I knew that had sleeper trucks, some of them had flat tops, some of them had walk-ins, and they were able to get around. I know the guys with the stand-up sleepers, man, they were always saying it was just there was never anything better than being able to stand up and put your pants on.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're not going to do that in this setup, but that's okay. It's got a little bit more room than just a regular old flat top, and some convenience to it. So it's good for me. I wouldn't hesitate to drive that. And listen, anything that makes your quality of life better out there on the road, man. More power to you. It's the way to go.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
one more here. I think this is your presentation of our trophy plaque to our choice, right? Your choice in our behalf. How's that?
uh, I worked with Dan on this one, and the truck that we select. Well, first of all, the name of the trophy is the 10-4 Magazine Best of the Best. And what I did was I picked my top 10, then I narrowed it down to the top 5, and then I sent photos to Dan, and we selected the best of the best. The gentleman's name is Travis Sankin. I didn't know it at the time until after I got to visit with him a little bit. He's from Richmond, Illinois. That was not intentional to pick somebody from Illinois. It's just how it turned out.
Sure, whatever.
It's That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right.
But it's a Viper Red 2019 Pete. It's a glider kit. He had it striped in a color that I had never heard of before, called Milk Money Blue Stripes. So
Okay.
I had kind of puzzled me a little bit, but nice truck. We'll be providing more details on that in the show report. But Travis, really nice guy. I was there. He was there with his fiancee Chloe Becker, and really good people. And it was a beautiful truck. I really liked it. But there were other trucks that were right up there in contention with his. So that's what we went with. Just a few more facts about the show that I wanted to mention. There were top 10 awards provided for the top 10 chosen by Nick, Kimball, and Julia. Those were the AMCAN top 10. There was also a new award this year called the Cameron Wilkin Memorial Award, and it was something started. Cameron passed away 2 years ago in his truck in Joplin, Missouri. They had a big memorial service for him. He was a friend of mine. I had met him. We were trying to get to do a photo shoot of his truck, but he passed away before that happened, unfortunately. And then probably the biggest award was the Kimball Award, and that's the one that John Kimball Award, and that's the one that Nick picks and selects. So it's considered a wash and show truck show. They do have a few awards. There was $6,000 raised by the charity that was there. It's for the Children's Network of Wisconsin. JXE matched that 6,000, so there was a total of $12,000 raised for the show. There was about 20 sponsors. A good show. I always like going there. The weather is usually good, and always a good turnout of nice trucks. So, want to thank you for having me on tonight, John, and also want to thank Dan and Shannon for allowing me to be at the show and to represent 10-4 Magazine. And So be the same
Looks
weekend in
like
June next
we,
year.
we, we came to the end of your internet because it's getting a little choppy on us. So I'm going to let you go, but I appreciate you jumping in on short notice and sharing everything from the show. Everything that we talked about tonight, more pictures, and more on the show report coming out next month. I'm assuming 10-4.
Uh, I'm assuming that's what it'll be. Dan will tell me it'll be either August or September. I'm assuming it will be August, but he'll let me know what month he wants to
And where are we going to be
have it
able to see you
published.
next?
So, but
Where are we going to be able to see you
I
at
am
next?
I'm home for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Probably see you. I'm going to be at Walcott next month, and then the Dirty Business Show. But I won't see you guys probably until GBATS.
Yep.
So looking
September.
forward to that.
Okay.
By the way, just a reminder, they do sell Yuengling in Missouri now, so you're all set to go, man.
I'm looking forward to that, man, because my understanding is that the Yingling left over from Louisville had an accident, or at least some of it did.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was. One of the soldiers died in
yeah,
a freak accident.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's my story. I'm gonna stick to it.
All
And
right,
I've also heard a rumor that there might be some spotted cow in Missouri at GBATS, but it's just kind of a rumor right now.
all right. Well, all to be confirmed or denied once we get there. So, also looking to get
Absolutely.
to Waffle House and having some scattered and smothered, and also getting my pecan waffle on. So, can't wait to have it happen. Looking forward to it. All right, Eric, you froze up on us again there, but
Yeah,
oh, there you are. You're back. So we'll
I'm
catch.
with the pecan waffle, man. That's my favorite.
All right, on. All right, Eric, take care. We'll talk soon. All right, everybody. Eric Hill, Team 10-4 member, out there doing it for us, representing well along the show circuit, wherever he can get out there and do whatever he can to bring the 10-4 brand out to the shows and representing it well, I might add. So, hope you guys are liking the studio backdrop. We're getting her going again. Got some new things added that weren't part of it before. Got right above me, right above the Dave McKinney's truck, right up there, and a few that I've collected over the years that are kind of scattered about up there. You guys may have questions, want to know who's what. They're pretty random. So, if y'all got something special and you want to see it on the show and have it be part of the studio, that's what it's all about. Love to make it be that and drop it in there on the backdrop. So we'll be doing more and more with that as time allows. Um, Thanks, Dan. You know what, man? I care about it too. Hey, and I got to say something. Dan just mentioned we care about my health. No scattered and smothered anything. I appreciate that. Just kind of an update. I've been trying to get with cardiologists that actually want to do something to fix the atrial fibrillation that I have going on and not just throw more medication at it. So anybody out there that's dealing with the Western medicine and health industry as it is, that seems to be what they like to do. And I just want to get my situation resolved. So I may actually be taking myself back down to California to UC Davis. We'll see what happens. I've got I'm on a 6-week hold right now to see if there's some new medication they threw at me to see if they can't get this AFib to stop. And I trying to be a good sport and play along and do as asked to do, but it's not easy when you're used to being a very active person and doing things that you normally would do and not even think about. But in this case, it just drains the energy right out of you and the stamina. So we'll do what we can. And on that note, too, y'all out there doing energy drinks, and this doesn't have anything to do with my situation. I was never a big energy drink guy. Uh, be careful about energy drinks, man. Let me tell you, any of that stuff out there. The best thing I can tell you about it is better to feed yourself with good food and nutrients than put that stuff in you, because it's like instead of feeding the horse, you're whipping the horse to win the race and beat it, and you don't want to do that to yourself. So especially in the truck, man, you guys out there do take care of yourselves. I know I did it for lot of years out there, and it's tough. It is really tough, and especially when you are out there and you're limited on your choices. It's hard to make good ones because sometimes you just can't. You got really rotten choices for food and things. So yeah, just be careful, man. Be careful out there. You guys take care of yourselves. Get plenty of sleep. Get good food when you can, and take care of each other. Thanks again to Eric for showing up. Hey, next week, and I'm not sure yet if we're going to do the full hour the way I'm thinking we are. But first of all, it'll be our June cover. We'll have our June cover show going on. I also have lined up for us next week to have the guys that put on, and I want to make sure I get Jack's name right. The guys that put on the 100th anniversary show last weekend, the Kenworth show, and I know I'm going to say this wrong, Chillicothe. I think that's the right pronunciation. But Jack Smith, we had him on the show last year. We had him on. He's the assistant plant manager of Kenworth, and also Tom Arnold, who's owner operator that just jumped in and helped kind of, as he says, wrangle all the truckers. He's the Kenworth truck wrestlers to help get that show going over there. I've heard great things about the show again this year, and I'd like to say, Kenworth, way to go, way to step it up, and put the appreciation out there for your Kenworth supporters. So I want to get those guys on there. I really want to get Jack on the show too again, and see if he'd be willing to talk a little bit just about the industry as a whole right now. From the production perspective, he is the assistant plant manager there, and have him tell us what's going on. I know in my world and in my day job with Rogue, we deal with these guys on an everyday basis, and the situation is still pretty sketchy when it comes to availability on parts for us in our industry and the trucking industry as a whole. The manufacturers building your Peterbilts, your Kenworths, your Freightliners, any of the trucks out there that you might be driving, these guys are suffering in the same situations that we are. Ultimately, what does that mean? It means that when you give a production ETA of August 1st and everybody's waiting for that to happen, um, it means that it's possible that it could be done then or it couldn't. And sometimes it's, a couple of parts, just a couple of things to hang up a truck being built. Not only that, it's compounded by the fact that they're only building so many trucks per year now due to the fact that they only have enough people to field, one or two shifts. I don't know if it's even two shifts right now. So I'd love to have Jack answer some of that stuff and kind of give us just a general update on what it is like at the Kenworth factory there, and how production looks from his eyes and all of his team. So hopefully we'll have them on the show as well. I'm going to try to do both. So we'll do a half hour each, and we'll do our cover truck story show, and then we'll have the guys from Kenworth, Tom Arnold and Jack Schmidt. So look forward to doing that for you guys. 4th of July weekend is coming up. Hope everybody's going to be able to get somewhere, be with somebody. So you guys can celebrate, be somewhere where you can take in some fireworks, have some fun, some barbecue, and celebrate America, because that's what it's all about. And man, we need more celebration about our country, our history, and what got us here. Quit trying to erase it and make it disappear. It is what it was, and we're here because of it. So let's try to respect that and be proud of the fact that we're Americans here in our country, and hope everybody can understand that. And I'm sure everybody here in this audience does. I don't have any doubts about it. Plenty of shows more coming up. I mean, here we are, the 21st of June. It's the longest day of the year. It's the first day of summer. There's a lot to be said about a lot of shows that are coming up. We've got a bunch we're going to still. Brooks, Oregon's coming up. I can't wait to go check that out. That's going to be something special. I haven't been to that show before, so I'm looking forward to that. September is GBATS, Souza Memorial. We also are going to be, I'm going to be at the Bobtail Apparel Show again, as well as all of us here at Team 10-4. So be looking for the usual suspects at most of those shows. Certainly at GBATS. I don't know if we'll be seeing the Magini family out there again. God love those people. They have just been such great supporters of 10-4 and, of course, Truckin For Kids, hauling that Truckin For Kids trailer around. And it's certainly got itself a little bit of a facelift, new paint, new decals, graphics, and stuff. So we're really looking good going down the road with the Godfather pulling that trailer. I know we'll be seeing them in Dixon, California, and hopefully we'll all get together and have a little dinner over at Bud's Pub again. Man, that was a super deal. So I think it'll be fun to be back over at that show, and that'll probably wrap it for 2023 for most of us, at least myself and most of the team. But there's a lot of shows still yet to come. Show reports coming up. Dan's working on magazine again to get that magazine out. It'll be out next week. So guys, be looking for your magazines. If you haven't subscribed yet, man, time to do that. Get yourself a subscription to 10-4 magazine. It's the best and surest way to get your copy of the magazine every single month. Certainly go to the website, check it out. The update on the website usually comes just a couple of days after the magazine release at the beginning of the month. We get the website all updated, and of course, all the great content on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. Well, it's still out there and doing its thing. We'll still be populating it. Got some more videos that we shot over at ATHS. I want to thank those folks for putting on such a great show. That show is just, I think it's a gem that when they, keep doing it there, I think as we give ideas and share, thoughts about what can they do to make it better, man, I see that show really just being a big standout. It already is, but I think there's a couple of little things, tweaks here and there that they could do. I like the light show. We talked about that a little last week, and love to see that really take off and become something and make it a big deal. So thanks all for tuning in. You guys ever want to see your hat like J&L on this show? You got a t-shirt that you want to send my way? I'm shamelessly saying, do it and make it happen. I'd love to be able to share that out there for you. Always looking for sponsors too. If you want to be a sponsor on the show, we'd love to have you. Talk to me about doing that. I can get you the information you need, as well as live streams out there during the truck shows that we attend. If I'm there and we're live streaming, we're looking for ways to help offset the cost of us being at the show, and live stream's the best way to do it. Get your brand out in front of all of our followers that follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, all the different channels out there. I'd love to have you be a part of that. So any questions, suggestions, whatever you have, certainly let us know. John, hey, it was a pleasure having you, man, all the way from Australia. Thanks for tuning in. Gene, Barb, everybody else that was here, Eric for dropping in on such short notice, Dan and Shan, of course, on the show again today, and we'll get Dan back on the show here shortly when he gets a little bit of chance to breathe and hang out, and we'll do a little editor's show and talk about what's going on in Dan's world. Till next week, you guys take care. Keep the shiny side up. JT out for now. I'll be taking care up here in the Pacific Northwest and enjoying it day by day. We'll see you soon. Take care.